where we dig deep into coins that might just make you richer than you thought. Now picture this: what if I told you that a simple penny, yes, the kind you toss on the sidewalk without a second glance, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million? Sounds like the setup to a wild joke, right? But nope, today we're diving into the 2016 D-Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln Penny, a coin that's been quietly sitting in some pockets and piggy banks and could turn your loose change into pure gold, or at least something close to it. Stick around, because I'm going to break down everything you need to know about this penny, from what makes it so special, how you can spot one if you're lucky enough to have it, and the crazy market value that has collectors drooling. Plus, I'll share a hilarious story about how I almost threw away a rare penny myself. Spoiler alert, I didn't, but it was a close call. By the end of this video, you'll be armed with the know-how to spot pennies that could be worth way more than their face value and maybe even start your own treasure hunt in your pocket change. If you love learning about coins that are worth big money and want tips on how to spot them, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Alright, let's crack into it. Alright, first things first, what's so special about this 2016 D-Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln Penny? On the surface, it looks like any other penny. It has that familiar copper color, the bust of Honest Abe on the front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, a design that's been around since 1959. So what's the deal? The 2016 D-Penny is part of a very limited and rare production run. The D-Mint mark means it was made at the Denver Mint. But unlike typical pennies, some of these 2016 D-Pennies were struck with errors or unique qualities that collectors absolutely love. We're talking about pennies with doubled dies, off-center strikes, and other minting quirks that turned a simple coin into a rare collectible. In the coin world, rarity and condition are king. The fewer coins there are with a specific error or characteristic, the more collectors will pay, and when you add the fact that these pennies are modern and in mint condition, their value shoots through the roof. This is why some 2016 D-Mint Mark Lincoln pennies can fetch up to $1.8 million on the collector market. Yeah, you heard that right, $1.8 million. Now let's talk market value. The key to a penny's worth is its grade. If you have one of these pennies in uncirculated, near perfect condition, it can be worth a fortune. But if it's been tossed around in your pocket and is scratched or worn, not so much. The minting errors are the holy grail. A penny with a clear double die or an off-center strike, especially from the 2016 D-Batch, is like the lottery ticket of coin collecting. Okay, you might be thinking, that's cool and all, but how do I know if I have one of these rare pennies? Great question. The best way is to get your coins checked by a reputable coin grading service or to compare your penny closely to pictures online of known errors. Look for doubling on Lincoln's face or the date, or odd off-center prints. It takes a keen eye and a little patience, but it's totally worth it if you strike gold. And now let me share my personal story about how close I came to tossing a valuable penny. A couple of years ago, I was cleaning out an old jar of coins that my grandpa gave me. I was just about to dump the pennies into the coin jar at the bank when I noticed something odd on one penny. It had what looked like a double date. I almost shrugged and tossed it, but I took a second look and decided to Google it. That's when I realized it might be worth a lot more than a few cents. I sent it off to a coin expert, and turns out it was a rare error coin. That penny's now safely stored away, and that moment taught me the golden rule: never underestimate the value of your loose change. This goes to show, sometimes your change jar isn't just clutter, it could be a gold mine. And if you're like me, the thrill of hunting for these coins and imagining you're uncovering hidden treasure is half the fun. To wrap it up, the 2016 D-Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln Penny is more than just a penny. With its rare mint errors and high-grade condition, it can be worth as much as $1.8 million in today's collector market. The key takeaway? Pay attention to the details, don't overlook those little pennies, and always double-check before you toss your coins. You never know when one might be hiding a fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies and want more tips, stories, and insider secrets on coins worth serious money, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. I've got tons of content coming your way that'll help you spot coins that can boost your wallet and maybe even kickstart your own coin collection adventure. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Now go dig through your pennies, you might just find your own little treasure. Hey there, coin hunters and treasure seekers. Imagine this: you're rummaging through your old jar of pennies, and out of nowhere, you pull out a little copper disc that's worth nearly $2 million. Yep, I'm talking about the legendary 1973 D-Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln Penny. Sounds like the plot of a movie, right? But this coin is very real, and its value could change your life today. I'm going to break down everything you need to know about this rare penny, why it's worth such a crazy amount, and how you might just have one hiding in your collection without even knowing it. Plus, I'll share a little story from my own coin collecting adventures that might just inspire you to keep digging deeper. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be a lot wiser about coins that really matter, and I'll show you how to spot the next big score. Well, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and a little bit of minting mystery. In 1973, the US Mint struck millions of pennies, but only a very small handful had the D Mint mark, meaning they were minted in Denver, and even fewer survived in pristine condition. Add to that the fact this penny features the Lincoln Memorial on the back, a design that stopped being used in 2008, and you get a coin that collectors are drooling over. But here's the kicker: in numismatics, that's fancy talk for coin collecting, is all about rarity and demand. And the 1973 D Lincoln penny in flawless, uncirculated condition is like the unicorn of pennies. It's that rare. What really pushes its value into the stratosphere is that very few specimens exist in perfect shape. Most pennies have scratches, wear, and are just plain old beat up from being in pockets and vending machines for decades. But the few gems that escape that fate? They're now valued at nearly $2 million. Imagine finding one just chilling in your pocket change jar. That's like winning the lottery without buying a ticket. Speaking of which, let me tell you a quick story. Years ago, I was at a garage sale, digging through a box of old coins someone had tossed in a cheap plastic container. I wasn't expecting much, just a few nickels or dimes to add to my collection. But out of the blue, I pulled out a penny with a shiny D Mint mark and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. It looked unusually crisp, almost like it had never been handled. I took it home, got it checked by an expert, and turns out it was worth a small fortune. Not quite the 1973 D penny, but enough to make me realize the value hiding in everyday coins. That's when I really started paying attention. Every coin I came across got a little closer inspection. That's the kind of mindset that can make a huge difference if you're into collecting. Back to the 1973 D penny, another thing to watch out for is its grading. Grading is the process where experts rate a coin's condition on a scale from poor to mint state. The better the grade, the higher the value. So if you find one of these pennies and it's got a perfect grade, you could be looking at a serious payday. One funny thing about coins like this is that even the tiniest scratch or smudge can knock off thousands of dollars from the value. So, handling your coins carefully is a must. Always use gloves, keep them in protective cases, and don't let your dog use them as chew toys like my buddy's golden retriever did once. Yep, learned that one the hard way. Also, the market for rare coins can fluctuate. Just like stocks, prices can go up and down depending on demand, economic conditions, and collector interest. But the 1973 D Lincoln penny has consistently been a hot ticket item because of its scarcity and iconic design. Now, if you're wondering how to spot one, here's a quick tip: check the mint mark. It'll be a small letter D on the front near Lincoln's shoulder or below the date. Then, look closely at the back. The Lincoln Memorial design should be clear and sharp. If it looks worn or faded, it's probably not the $1 million version, but it could still have value. So how do you protect and grow your coin collection? That's where strategies come in. Always do your research before buying or selling, keep your coins in the right environment to avoid damage, and join coin collecting communities online or in your area. I can't stress enough how much I learned from other collectors swapping stories and tips, and hey, don't overlook those coins in your own pocket change or attic. Sometimes the real treasure is right under your nose, just waiting to be discovered. Alright, treasure hunters, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1973 D Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln penny and want to keep learning about other coins worth serious money, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. I drop videos packed with tips, strategies, and stories that can help you spot your next jackpot coin. Remember, collecting coins is not just about money, it's about history, the thrill of the hunt, and sometimes, a little bit of luck. So keep your eyes peeled, handle your coins with care, and who knows, maybe your next penny could change your life. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep chasing those coins. Hey there, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Have you ever stumbled upon a coin and thought, this little thing might just buy me a private island someday? Well, stick around, because today we're diving deep into one of the coolest and rarest pennies that could literally make your wallet smile like it just hit the jackpot, the 1964 D Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln penny. Yep, you heard that right. This penny is worth a jaw-dropping $1 million. 1 million, if you think pennies are just those annoying little things that jam up your couch cushions or disappear in your car seats, then buckle up. By the end of this video, you'll see pennies in a whole new light, and who knows? Maybe the next coin you find in your pocket change is the one that turns your day around. So, smash that subscribe button for more mind-blowing coin stories, money-making strategies, and all the penny wisdom you never knew you needed. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what makes the 1964 D Lincoln penny so special, and why it could be your golden ticket to millionaire status. What exactly is the 1964 D Memorial Lincoln penny? You know how every penny has a little letter on it, called a mint mark? That letter tells you where the penny was made. The D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the big mints in the US. This particular penny is a 1964 version of the Lincoln Memorial penny, which is the design showing the Lincoln Memorial on the back. It replaced the wheat ears design in 1959, so it's a classic. Most 1964 pennies were melted down because the US government stopped making pennies from silver in 1964. Wait, silver pennies? Yes, before 1965, pennies had a small percentage of silver, and the rest was mostly copper. The 1964 D Memorial penny is one of the very last coins to feature this composition, and because so many were melted, surviving ones are super rare, but the real treasure here isn't just its rarity. It's the story behind the coin and its condition. You see, most pennies you find in your change jar are pretty beat up, right? That's why collectors go crazy over coins that look almost brand new, like they just rolled off the mint line yesterday. The 1964 D Memorial Lincoln penny, especially one in pristine condition, is a collector's holy grail. Imagine holding a coin that tells a story from over 60 years ago and could be worth $1 million today. It's like having a tiny time machine in your pocket that might just fund your next vacation, your kid's college tuition, or even that secret pizza fund you don't want anyone to know about. Now, let me tell you a little story. A few years back, I was at a flea market, just casually flipping through some old coins from a vendor's dusty box. Most of the coins looked like they had been through a washing machine, and then some. I almost skipped over one penny that looked a little shinier than the rest. Curiosity got the better of me, and I asked the vendor about it. Turns out, it was a 1964 D Lincoln penny in almost mint condition. The vendor, bless his heart, thought it was just a lucky find but didn't know it was worth serious money. After a quick check on my phone, I realized this tiny coin could be worth a fortune. We struck a deal, and I walked away with what felt like a small treasure. It was a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable things are hiding in plain sight, and a little curiosity and knowledge can turn pennies into gold. Here are a few quick tips. First, check the mint mark. It should be a D on the front side near Lincoln's bust. Then, look at the back to confirm it has the Lincoln Memorial design, not the wheat ears or any other variant. Lastly, the condition matters. The less wear and tear, the higher the value, and if you really want to be a pro, grab a magnifying glass and look for any unique characteristics like doubled dies, rare errors, or unusual color. These little quirks can add thousands, sometimes millions, to a penny's value. It's like coin detective work, and who doesn't love a good mystery? Now, the market for rare coins like this has been booming lately. Collectors, investors, and even casual hobbyists are snapping these up faster than you can say jackpot. The 1964 D Lincoln penny in top condition currently holds a market value of about $1 million, making it one of the rarest and most valuable pennies out there. You might be wondering how to sell or authenticate a penny like this. That's where professional coin grading services come in. These folks examine your coin, grade its condition, and certify its authenticity, which helps get the best price if you decide to sell. But don't rush. Keeping it safe, getting a proper appraisal, and knowing the right buyers are key to cashing in big. The incredible story of the 1964 D Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln penny and why it's not just pocket change, but a potential $1 million treasure. Whether you're a casual coin finder or a serious collector, remember that every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can change your life. If you enjoyed this dive into coin magic and want more insider tips on coins worth money, how to spot rare finds, and smart strategies to grow your coin collection into a fortune, then hit that subscribe button right now. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And hey, next time you're digging through your change jar or that old coin box from Grandma's attic, remember the 1964 D penny. Who knows? Your $1 million moment might be just a penny away. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we uncover more coin treasures and money-making secrets. Keep hunting, keep smiling, and keep those pennies close. Hey there, coin fans and treasure hunters. If you've ever dreamed about finding a tiny piece of history in your pocket that could be worth over $1 million, stick around because today we're diving into one of the coolest, most jaw-dropping coins out there, the 1969 D Memorial Lincoln penny. Yep, that little copper coin you probably tossed in the vending machine might just be hiding a fortune worth $1.1 million. No, I'm not joking. You might want to check your change right now before you rush off to check every pocket or coin jar in your house. Let me tell you why this coin is such a big deal, how you can spot one, and some wild stories about people who literally stumbled on a fortune without even realizing it. Plus, I'll share my own funny coin collecting mishap that almost cost me a fortune. So grab your coffee, sit back, and let's get into the world of the 1969 D Lincoln penny. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1969 D Lincoln penny is part of the famous Lincoln Memorial Penny series, which ran from 1959 all the way to 2008. But what makes the 1969 D so special? It's not just the date or the mint mark, it's a rare variety that collectors go nuts for because of a particular die error that created a doubled image on the coin, known as the 1969 D doubled die penny. This double die error means the date and some features on the coin are stamped twice in a way that's visible to the naked eye, giving the coin a weird, almost glitchy look. Only a few thousand of these doubled die pennies were ever made, and even fewer have survived in excellent condition. That's why the market value for a well-preserved 1969 D doubled die Lincoln penny is currently sitting at a staggering $1.1 million. Think about that for a second, a coin that started out worth just 1 cent is now worth more than most cars on the road. Okay, before your mind explodes thinking about what you might have missed, let me tell you how you can actually spot one. The key feature is that doubled date, especially the 9 and the 6 in 1969, which look like they've been stamped twice side by side. Also, check the word Liberty on the front and the motto, "In God We Trust." These should also show doubling if you have the genuine error. If you find a coin like this, don't just stash it in your drawer, get it professionally graded and appraised immediately. And now, let's get into some fun stories. Back when I first got into coin collecting, I thought all pennies were basically worthless, the usual thinking. One day, a buddy of mine brings me this random bag of coins he found in his dad's attic. He's like, "Hey man, help me check if there's anything cool here." I grab the bag, start flipping through, and I spot a coin that looks a little off. Turns out, it was a 1969 doubled die penny, but I didn't recognize it right away. I got so excited I accidentally dropped it and nearly lost it under the couch cushions. I swear I spent the next hour crawling around on my hands and knees like a detective in some old school mystery movie. After I found it, I took it to a coin expert who confirmed it was genuine and worth a ton. That little moment made me realize just how wild and unpredictable the coin world can be. If I hadn't gone through that mess, I might have lost a fortune without even knowing. Speaking of fortunes, the market for rare coins like this can be a roller coaster. Some years prices spike because of collector interest or auction hype, and other years they dip a bit. But the 1969 D doubled die penny has been holding strong as one of the most sought-after Lincoln pennies. This is a coin that not only has history but also a fascinating story built into every detail of its design and error. So, what should you do if you think you have one? First, don't clean it or mess with it. Coin cleaning can ruin the value faster than you can say 1 cent. Next, get it graded by a trusted professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. This will confirm its authenticity and give you a value estimate based on condition. Finally, keep an eye on auction results because prices for these coins can skyrocket in the right market. If you don't have a 1969 D penny but want to get into coin collecting, start small and learn the ropes. Coins like this are rare, but the fun is in the hunt and the stories you collect along the way. Plus, you never know when that random penny in your pocket might turn into your next jackpot. The 1969 D Memorial Lincoln penny is a little coin with a huge price tag. With a current market value of $1.1 million, it's one of the most valuable and exciting pennies to collect. Whether you find one in a dusty old jar or get lucky digging through your change, knowing what to look for could change your life. Remember my story about nearly losing that penny under the couch? It's a reminder that sometimes, fortune is literally hiding under your nose, or under your couch cushions. So keep your eyes peeled and your hands steady. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the coolest coins worth a fortune, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I post regular videos packed with coin tips, rare finds, and strategies to help you spot those hidden treasures before anyone else does. Don't miss out on your chance to turn pocket change into a gold mine or at least $1 million penny, where we turn everyday coins into real treasure hunts. Today, I've got a story that could make you look twice at that dusty old penny jar in the corner. Imagine finding a coin worth over $1 million just chilling in your pocket change. Sounds like a movie plot, right? Well, it's not, because that's exactly what happened with the 1964 no-mint mark Memorial Lincoln penny. Stick around because I'm going to break down why this penny is so valuable, how you might spot one yourself, and the crazy twists that make coin collecting way more exciting than your usual Netflix binge. And yes, I'll even share a hilarious personal story about the time I almost tossed $1 million penny into a parking meter. Spoiler alert, it didn't end well. So grab your magnifying glass and your lucky rabbit's foot, and let's dive right into the fascinating world of the 1964 no-mint mark Memorial Lincoln penny and how it could make you $1 million, or at least get you thinking about that penny jar in a whole new way. Alright, let's kick things off by setting the stage. The Lincoln Memorial penny was minted from 1959 to 2008, and it's probably one of the most recognizable pennies out there. But the 1964 version? That's where things get interesting, especially the ones with no mint mark now. Most 1964 pennies have a mint mark showing where they were made: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But the no mint mark version, which comes from the Philadelphia Mint, is super rare and especially valuable if you find one in the right condition, because these coins were minted in massive quantities, but very few survived in near perfect condition. Most pennies that old have been tossed around, stepped on, or just plain forgotten. But the ones that look almost brand new, like they just came off the press, are worth big money. And when I say big money, I mean a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. Yeah, you heard me right. What makes this coin so valuable is its rarity combined with its condition and a little bit of history. The 1964 penny was the last year before the US switched to the smaller, copper-coated zinc pennies we know today. Plus, the no-mint mark means it was made in Philadelphia, and those specific coins had a lower survival rate in mint condition. The 1964 penny is also linked to a major event in history. It was the first year after JFK's assassination when the US was really feeling the weight of change. People started collecting coins more seriously around this time, which makes pristine 1964 pennies even rarer because they were prized from the start. Now, before you start hunting through every penny in your couch cushions, let me tell you about the grading system. This is how experts determine a coin's condition. The higher the grade, the closer it is to perfect, and the more it's worth. The $1 million coins? They score at the top end of that scale. Speaking of grading, here's a quick tip: always get your coin professionally graded before you even think about selling it or dreaming about that yacht. I learned that the hard way, which brings me to my personal story. A couple of years ago, I was at a flea market just browsing, and I spotted a dusty old penny jar. Curiosity got the better of me, so I dumped the pennies out onto the table. And there it was, the gleaming 1964 no-mint mark penny, sitting there like it was waiting for me to notice. I picked it up, looked at it under the sunlight, and my heart skipped a beat. This could be the jackpot. In my excitement, I took it straight to a coin shop. The shop owner looked at me, gave me a nod, and said, "You might want to get this graded before doing anything," but I was too impatient. I sold the penny for a few $100 right then and there because I thought, hey, that's a nice payday. Later, I found out it was worth well over $1 million once graded. Yeah, lesson learned. Don't rush when it comes to valuable coins. Patience and knowledge are your best friends. And now, back to the coin itself. If you're wondering how to spot this gem, here are some quick pointers. Look for the absence of a mint mark on the reverse side below the date. The coin should have the classic Lincoln Memorial on the back, with sharp details. Condition is king. Look for coins with no scratches, dents, or discoloration. If you want to get serious about coin collecting, start paying attention to these details. It's like being a detective, but instead of solving crimes, you're uncovering hidden treasures. Before I wrap this section up, I want to highlight how volatile the coin market can be. Prices fluctuate based on demand, rarity, and even pop culture moments. That 1.2 million price tag? That's current market value, but it can change. So keep your ear to the ground and your eyes on the prize. Alright, friends, that's the scoop on the 1964 no-mint mark Memorial Lincoln penny and why it could be your golden ticket, literally. From understanding what makes it valuable to hearing my slightly painful personal story, I hope you're feeling pumped and ready to hunt down those pennies hiding in plain sight. Remember, coin collecting isn't just about the money. It's about history, the thrill of the hunt, and those moments when you realize you're holding a tiny piece of time that could change your life. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more tips on spotting coins worth big money and smart strategies to grow your collection, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next treasure we uncover together. And hey, if you have a crazy coin story, drop it in the comments. I love hearing how people's coin adventures go, whether it's a jackpot find or a near miss like mine. Hey everyone! Imagine this: you're casually sorting through a jar full of old pennies, thinking, well, these will probably just be good for a vending machine or two, when suddenly you spot a shiny little gem that could make you richer than you ever dreamed. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today I'm going to tell you all about one of those rare coins that could seriously change your life, the 1978 No Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln Penny. Believe it or not, this tiny copper disc can be worth a whopping $1.3 million right now. I know, crazy. So if you're ready to learn why this humble penny is the golden ticket hiding in plain sight, stick around because this story might just blow your mind. And hey, if you love finding coins that are worth way more than their face value, make sure to subscribe because I've got tons of tips and tricks coming your way. Alright, let's start with the basics. Most pennies you see from the late 70s have a mint mark, usually a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But the 1978 No Mint Mark penny? It's different. It's one of those rare cases where the mint mark is missing, making it a super rare find. That's right, no mint mark. Not because it's defective or messed up, it's just a unique variation that collectors go crazy over. And now, why is this penny worth $1.3 million? It all boils down to rarity and demand. See, the US Mint typically puts mint marks on coins to show where they were made. But every once in a while, some coins slip through the cracks without the mint mark. In the case of the 1978 penny, that no mint mark version is extremely scarce. There are only a handful known to exist, and that rarity drives up the price big time. If everyone at a garage sale was selling the same old t-shirt, it wouldn't be worth much. But if you found a signed original t-shirt from your favorite band, suddenly it's a collector's dream and worth way more. That's what this penny is to coin collectors. I remember the first time I heard about this penny. I was helping my dad clean out his old coin collection. He pulled out this pile of pennies from the 70s and I jokingly said, "Hey, maybe one of these is worth $1 million." We laughed and sifted through the pile, not expecting much. But then, lo and behold, we spotted one that looked a little different. We took it to a local coin shop, and guess what? It was the No Mint Mark 1978 penny. It felt like winning the lottery, except the jackpot was sitting right in our hands for years. What makes this coin even cooler is the story behind it. The Lincoln Memorial design, which graced pennies from 1959 all the way until 2008, is iconic. On the back, you have the Lincoln Memorial itself, a symbol of American history and heritage. And this penny? It's like the secret VIP version of that classic design. The missing mint mark makes it a rare piece of history, and collectors want to get their hands on it because it's both a beautiful coin and a story waiting to be told. First off, look for the year 1978 on the front. Then check the back for that tiny mint mark near the date. If it's missing, you might be onto something big. But here's the thing: identifying a no mint mark penny can be tricky because sometimes dirt, wear, or damage can make it look like the mint mark is gone. That's why it's always a good idea to have a professional coin grader or numismatist take a look, and before you rush to dig through every jar of pennies you have, remember the odds. This coin is rare for a reason. But the fun part is you never know what's hiding in your pocket change. That's the thrill of coin collecting. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes it's a story that could make you a millionaire. So, what's the best way to protect a coin like this? Handle it carefully, avoid cleaning it with anything abrasive because that can ruin its value, and store it in a safe place, preferably in a coin holder or case. Trust me, no one wants to lose millions just because they polished their penny too hard. The 1978 No Mint Mark Memorial Lincoln penny is a hidden treasure that proves sometimes the tiniest things hold the biggest surprises. Whether you're a serious collector or just someone who loves a good story about luck and discovery, this penny is definitely one to keep on your radar. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning about other coins that could be worth a fortune, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm here to help you find the gems in your change and share the coolest coin stories out there. Plus, I'll give you tips on spotting rare coins and protecting your collection so you can make the most out of your hobby. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next big find could be just a penny away.